Well, welcome all, and welcome Mr. Barry Peatling to the Barry Peatling Sports Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, and all my viewers around the world and interstate. I've had a few inquiries at the hits from my overseas the last couple of weeks, so I'll mention them later.
37,000?
Well, it's on its way to 38,000 now. It's just going crazy. They must be lacking something to do or something to watch this day and age.
Yeah, so...
And they've got a hold of Peatling videos.
Got a hold of your videos.
It's a very good cover. Not a headline, but a very good, one of my best games of all time, I reckon, this game here. It was 1962.
Underdog Repugnant, Unsettled Demons.
That was Horsham, yep.
So there you are, picture of you, Dynamite.
And there was actually a game I played that week, got Sportsman of the Week on, up in Win the League, which is a pretty big thing up there to get the Sportsman of the Week. That covers all the sports up there at that time. 38
kicks, 11 marks, 3 goals, 5 behinds. Were you a bit off that day?
A little bit, but see what the total score was. 6-13. I've kicked half the score. 6-13 we kicked.
Yeah, that's true. A little bit, yeah. That's
a little bit. That's an amazing effort, I tell you.
Dynamite, Dynamic, hit the post.
Doesn't say there's something about hit the...
I think it does. It says in Peatling. It's got your name there mentioned a few.
I reckon I hit the post with about 2 minutes to go. The top of the goal post.
Yeah, so it was a draw. Famous draw.
Very good.
Excellent effort there.
Very good coverage.
Sportsman of the Week.
Got about 10 or 12 mentions in the coverage of the game.
You can pause the video and just read that yourself.
Well, there was. Well, you can sort of tell me. I can't remember what these.
Got Barry. Ian Morgan had a little goal there. Bob Barker, G. Hooper.
Bobby Baker. But that was a pretty good...
I reckon there's a K. Baker who was playing for Horsham. Are they any relation?
Probably was. But it was a wet day that day.
Wet day. And you starred in a Dynamic and Dynamite.
Dynamic, Dynamite, whatever he wants. He had a few little phrases for Barry picking up there in the days, but that was a very good exhibition. I only went on my own that day. As he said there, I think part of the writing.
Brilliant is one of the words that says there.
Won it on his own, yeah.
Dynamic, brilliant, there's a lot of adjectives there.
That's a word here, adjective.
Yeah, there's a lot of descriptive words.
So that would just give these overseas viewers knowledge that I was a very good actually, I was the best rover in the Win League for 6 years.
Number one rover.
I was. Represented the Win a couple of times, and but that was back in the dark age. But now we get on to this.
There wasn't a game this week.
It wasn't a game for Chelsea, which is I still can't work out why they've had this
scheduling.
They've had a buy for Queen's birthday. Yeah. No one knows what. I asked a few on Saturday.
No wonder we're second bottom.
Well, we don't know what's going on.
Crazy.
But it was.
So what did you do? Did you twiddle your thumbs?
Well, I wasn't going to go. I said last week I was going to go, but Saturday morning I thought it's going to be raining and cold, and I turned around and said, right, I'll go down and check. It wasn't raining, so I went down. It was very cold, but it was. I turned down a good game.
So you watched Bonbeach and Seaford. This is just at the Bonbeach ground, which is not far away.
Around the corner.
Give us the crowd and conditions, Barry.
Pretty good crowd and very wet conditions going. Actually, I watched the game from where the coaches watched it, and it was a lot better. Remember I said a few weeks ago, you got down the end of the goal, other end of the ground, you couldn't see. And that is the best place to watch the game. And it was a very good, pretty good exhibition of football too. Pretty close, and
give us the first half.
Not close at all.
Get into the game, first half.
Well, they started controlling the game straight away.
Who's they?
Bonbeach.
Right.
Because Seaford's second last. They're last, aren't they? Second last. And McDonald, I spoke to McDonald. I said, what happened?
What's going on?
My missus wouldn't let me come or something. I said, oh look, give me a number. He's saying you've given me the wrong phone. You give me the wrong phone, mobile phone like last time. But he had the first 3 shots at goal, Colin, which was steadily straight through the middle. He kicked 3 points in the first quarter. But he finished up with kicking about 3 goals 5. But it was a good game, but he's not one of his starring roles on Saturday. But,
okay, solid game.
But he had a number 45 tag him all day.
Do you have the half-time score? The
half-time score was 8-9 Bonbeach to Seaford 2-4, which is pretty riveting for Bonbeach.
So they had a fairly good lead at half-time.
There wasn't much to talk about really about the game, but Shane McDonald was doing a bit. His kick was off, but Gary Carpenter played a great game all day, mate. He's an ex-Chelsea player too.
Second half?
And I'll tell you the second half, well, that's what I'm just saying, the shame, he got in the game, he finished up kicking 3 goals. He kicked the goal today, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But Jimmy is another ex-Chelsea player, Jimmy Norton, killed him in the ruck all day. Played for Chelsea 4 or 5 years ago. So we got, of course, McDonald was a Chelsea player many years ago too, but no, they just took over, and at the finish it was, the full time was 16-14 Bonbeach to Seaford 4-13.
Alright, that's a very interesting scoreline. It's quite an easy win for Bonbeach.
They're a very ordinary side, that
Seaford.
But the fella played a great game against us when they beat us, with number 1, Nick Boswell. Hardly had a touch. I said that I was standing next to the Bonbeach coach's box, so I could see the game properly. I said, that fella played against us 2 weeks ago. He dominated, and he was hardly a touch. I mean, he was a superstar against Chelsea. What's going on?
They shut him down. So, what were your other thoughts on the game?
Well, the game was pretty good to watch, apart from being a bit one-sided, but that wasn't too bad. Bonbeach, I said a few weeks ago, they'll be finishing the top 3, for sure.
Okay.
They'll be second now, I think, after the percentage. They got the second highest percentage.
So you think maybe EASP, Bonbeach grand final again? Maybe Frankston.
Next to one of the fellows doing the stats for Bonbeach, he reckons that Mornington. And I reckon Mornington's the best side we've played too.
Oh,
they're on top, aren't they? Mornington?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And YCW, but I think Bonbeach will finish in the top 3 for sure. And I'll probably be following in the finals again this year too. I was in the rooms in
infiltrating.
Well, I was sitting next to Gary Carpenter, and because he was an ex-Chelsea fella, and I'll say something about Gary later.
Give us your best players, Barry.
My best players, I wouldn't give the best players to Steve because they had none. For Bonbeach were Jimmy Norton, Gary Carpenter, Russo, number 1, broad-head fella, Nathan Robertson, he can play that fella, number 25, Shane McDonald and Mark Tyrrell.
Alright, give us your votes. One vote.
One vote to Shane McDonald, even though it wasn't one of his outstanding games, but an ordinary game is a good game for anybody for him, but one vote to him.
Two votes.
Jimmy Norton for rucking very well all day.
Yep. And 3 votes.
3 votes to Gary Carpenter. Played a sensational game, mate. He probably had about between 25 and 30%.
Yet he wasn't...
He was very... Well, he wasn't ordinary, but he didn't sort of stand out when he was playing for Chelsea, when Sammy his brother came with us, but he can take the big mark too. God, he shook my hands at half time.
Big hands?
And had this big, because there's black mud in the middle of the ground. I got this big black mark of mud. Took me half an hour to get rid of it. But Gary boy, you played a top game, and he told me that Sammy, his brother, who was up in Wangara, had a baby. His wife's had a baby, so there you go. There we go. So a bit of information for the Chelsea people who want to know what's going on with Sammy.
What's going on? So, that's that for that game. You covered that. You covered that for the viewers.
Yeah.
So next week you'll be live at the Langwarrin, and that'll be Langwarrin over at Lloyd Park in Langwarrin.
Shocking ground too.
Question mark. So, are they any good? Are they like a?
Oh, they won on Saturday, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they beat someone. They're not going to. They were pretty ordinary early in the season, but they've won a few games now. But I don't like that ground.
So that's next week. You'll be commenting live. Yeah. Richmond, what's happening with the Tigers?
Now I'll tell you about the highlights.
Highlights. I haven't got highlights written here, but give us the highlights.
I got that written down. I want to smarten up.
No, smarten up.
Yeah, McDonald's goal in the 3rd quarter column. He was right on the boundary, nearly behind the point post, and he's kicked with his wrong foot and kicked the goal.
Wow.
The crowd went mad. He's a freak. And I was standing next to
He's got the skills.
The stats man. He said he does it every week. But it wasn't an outstanding game, Macca, but he's still very vote.
Still pretty good. Any other highlights there?
And Nathan Hicks, number 24 from Bonbeach, took the mark of the year, I reckon, in the 3rd quarter. Still he stood on his fella's head. Hung on the mark. And because I mentioned about Boswell being very quiet, I mean, I can't believe he was just so... Did you see that game against Seaford?
No.
Well, number 1 he is, and he just wasn't in the game. He must have been...
Maybe I did.
But he just wasn't with it. Must have been the wrong time of the month or something.
So that was the bad for the Tigers.
Tigers have won 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
They're trying to get the Tigers supporters like me excited for next year, but they won't suck me in again.
No.
They've got to win at least 8 in a row before.
We'll have to wait and see, because this year was a big suck in, wasn't it?
Well, I said they make the top 4. I'm a good judge. They're second last.
Bartlett was saying grand final.
Bartlett?
Mm.
Who do they play next week? Oh, they got a bye next week, haven't they? They have byes every second week now.
Yeah, I think so. There's
they
more
play
byes.
Sunday afternoons or Sunday mornings now.
There's more byes than the Mornington Peninsula League. Anyway, so they're going alright, travelling okay at the moment. That'll save his job, what's his name?
Well, it probably will. I mean, but everyone's beaten Port Adelaide now, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think GWS beat them 2 weeks ago.
A little bit off the boil. Yes. Alright, Cheerios, Barry.
Now, I've got some Cheerios. I've got a special one from Mandy from Queensland. She's one of our new viewers. She'll be watching this, Mandy.
Yeah.
I told you, keep your eyes tuned.
Stay tuned.
Tune in Barry Pittman's YouTube, and you'll... Yeah, she's a new lady, so this is for you, Mandy, okay? Now, the last 2 weeks, Colin, the viewers... The overseas viewers have generally been watching all the cricket, my older videos, but they've been tuning into the last 2 weeks. People from the USA, Indonesia, United Kingdom, and India. They've been watching the football. They must be some of the dropouts from my people watching my cricket, test cricket.
Yeah, you got one lead to the other.
But India's watching my football videos.
Very popular in India.
Of course, PH is
Indonesia, you might be. There are elections going there, so
it's over.
It's all over. But Chitty Chitty Bang Bang won it, didn't he?
No, orangutan won it. Orangutans. Because the PH and Sandy and Carl's Hope, everything's going right in the Cairns in Cairns, Philly. I think they had some floods up there. I think someone was telling me. Of course, Annie, Carla, Lloyder, and Marlon, they're all having another party this week. A party every week up there. Blackout last night. Blackout. I was talking to Andy last night. I could hear. It sounded as though the roof was going to fall in the rain. It was like, turn the volume down. That's probably the power we cut off today. But apart from that, that's all we've got for the day, and we'll see you next week with a bit of luck. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Working really hard. I don't feel like there's any passengers so far. It's been really good. Let's make sure we keep that in this quarter. Now with the wind, it is pretty strong, isn't it? We just need to be smart. Take our foot off the pedal in terms of we don't need to play on all the time and kick and hit $1 million kicks. We just need to play. Work rate stays up, our pressure stays up, forcing them to turn it over. If you get the footy, we can play down a little bit. Make sure we hit those targets. What we practiced Thursday night, huddling a little bit. We'll get a lead out here, get a block in here, take some pressure off the block, get out. Then when we're out and go, let's go for it, alright? So good so far.
We need to play this quarter like it's a final, not like we're about to finish the game off. We need to get used to playing against the wind. We need to do it to ourselves.
Close it out. And make sure just a little bit of arguing the umpire creeping in, just comes down. No, we don't need it, alright?
They're not going to change.
That's alright, yep. Okay, Waterstone, Razzo, Jace Ferraro, right back there, been really good. Jacko, 50, and Paul Rebusini, good. Really came into it, Paul, really came in there, that was good. Okay, Robbo on the wing, been fantastic. Gumby, been alright there, mate.
Nice, Gumby.
Keep working hard, get those tackles. DJ in the ruck cuts, been fantastic cuts, keep working hard. Ricky as well, and Cyril. Turvey, Hicksy, Smith. Got hit up a couple of times.
Work, mate.
Trove there, good. Backing that full line, and Hauler, Robbie just slotting them for us as well. Jimmer, Blake, Buzzy and Ant Hagen there, alright? So just bring it in nice and close. Come on, finish it off now. Good. Properly, get that push out, get it in the lead, get it in nice and quick. Let's just make sure it's all aimed there. You don't want to feel like these sides are negative, you put the pressure on, they'll turn it over, and that's when we can run in numbers and turn it over. Let's not be lazy, let's finish off a really good fourth quarter and then build up.